Hi, We Read Bookers. So today I want to talk about a new YA author that I've kind of been reading. She's been out for a long time. This is my first experience reading some of her books, so I just thought I'd talk about her a little bit. The author in particular is Lauren Oliver. Yay, if anyone's heard of Lauren Oliver. So the first Lauren Oliver book I ever read was Before I Fall. Which I went through in, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours I think I read it, and it just really stuck with me. It was a one book, it wasn't a series, and that's kind of what I was looking for at the time when I had picked it up. Because I'm kind of tired of the YA dystopian novels, but little did I know at the time that Lauren Oliver has also written a 3-part YA dystopian series, which I'll talk about in a second. But Before I Fall was really good, just one standalone novel. I just thought it was really well written, and I had an interesting time taking a character that I really hated and then turning out to really like her. And that's kind of how I felt about her dystopian series, Delirium, because at first I really didn't like the main character, and as the books develop, so does the character, and that's kind of one of my favorite things about reading books like these, is just seeing how people progress. Before I Fall was just a great example of that, so I was really excited to get into Delirium because I'd heard a lot about it. Delirium is a 3-part series. It's Delirium, Pandemonium, and Requiem. And basically, again, it's that 3-part dystopian series you just can't escape in YA literature today. I kind of could guess what was going to happen the entire time. There's a love triangle, which I was a little disappointed in because I felt like it wasn't necessary. But I really, really loved the main character, Lena, and I think that's what gives me cause to make a review that says you should read this book if you're interested in something like that, because I think she did a really good job. Lena at the beginning of the first book, and all through the first book really, is this very hard character to like. You really like her friend Hannah almost like a lot more, because Hannah's just much more interesting. Lena's afraid, she's worried about doing the wrong thing all the time, and she's just not, she's really into the new world, this, you know, dystopian that isn't something that we're supposed to like as readers. When you turn 18, you get a procedure. I know it sounds like Uglies and it sounds like Divergent getting placed into different factions. It's all kind of the same storyline, but you get a procedure when you're 18 and it makes you not feel things as strongly as you do. They call it the delirium, which is basically love, hate, fear, things that you, human emotions. It makes those all just kind of go away and fade into the background. It's caused a lot of great things to happen, like order and peace, and people are happy, but you know, it's hard, and so these teenagers are getting ready for their procedure. Lena is our main character, and she's just kind of cool with it. And you're like, want to shake her, like, look at your friend Hannah, she's so much cooler, she's figured it out, she doesn't want to do it. And it's interesting to watch Hannah and Lena go from, like, you like Hannah a lot to liking Lena a lot, and Hannah is also a great character and turns out to be really awesome, but you know, she loses herself a little bit, whereas Lena really finds herself, and that's such a fun book to read, is when you are watching the main character really grow. There's a stupid love triangle though, which I'm just over. In the first book there's this guy Alex, and then she thinks Alex is dead, and then this guy Julian comes along, but then it turns out Alex is alive, and the whole 3rd book there's all this awesome shit happening, like they're trying to, they're the resistance, and they're going to overthrow the society that's, you know, bringing them down, and Lena hasn't slept in 36 hours and she hasn't drank any water in 24, and she's like, I wonder if Alex still loves me. And I'm like, I get that the book is about love, like when they have the procedure, you take away that love, and they're fighting to love, for the freedom to love and feel, and it's super important. I don't disagree with that, but it's like, okay, there's other shit going on. And there's a few times when Lauren Oliver writes like as Lena, and she's like, I know there's more important stuff going on, but I just can't help but think about Alex right now, and I'm just like, why? Good book. I really like Lauren Oliver's style of writing. Before I Fall was incredible, and I think she's written very recently another standalone novel, which I'm excited to read. I always like standalones because I feel like the series mill is just getting really old. And yes, there is a tired feeling to Delirium. The series, I feel like I've read it 100 times, and you know, if I don't read it, I'm not missing out on anything crazy, but it was still a really good read, and it definitely makes you question humanity, just like it should. All these dystopian novels do. But and again, I think what makes it special for me to separate it from stuff like Hunger Games and Divergent and Ugly's series is just that I really enjoyed watching our main character Lena grow as a person and become this like super badass figure that was strong and not afraid, and she started out very weak and became this great character, and I think that that was worth a 3-book read. The whole series, like a 3 out of 5, individual books maybe 4 out of 5s, and then the first book maybe like a 2 out of 5, just because I didn't, you know, I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'll finish the series, you know, it was okay. And so yeah, I don't know, it was good though, and I think Lauren Oliver's a great writer, so she's definitely one of my newer authors I found out about, even though she's been around a long time, and I would recommend picking up at least Before I Fall. It was a very good read. Kind of like has this If I Stay vibe, but not as terrible. I didn't like If I Stay. So that's it, and I'll see you guys later, bye.